Hey guys, okay, so we're going to start phonics. Before we start reading our charts, I'm going to go ahead and go over our punctuation. So let's see if you can remember these. All right, so the first one is this card. What type of punctuation is this? Did you say period? Good job. All right, so let's sing our song to help us remember what a period does. You ready? I am a period. I look just like a dot. Every time you see me, you must stop. Good job, guys. So whenever you see a period in a sentence, when we're reading, it just means that when we get to the period, we just stop. Okay? Our next punctuation. You ready? What is this called? Good. It's called a question mark. So let's go ahead and sing our song to help us remember what a question mark does. You ready? I am a question mark. I ask a lot of things. Every time you see me, I wonder, what will it be? That's right. A question mark is going to ask us a question at the end of our sentence. All right, guys? And then this is the new one that I think y'all might have seen last week or you're going to see this week. This is called an exclamation point. Okay? So it looks like this. You go down and then you put a dot right there. All right? And last week I introduced the song to you, so you probably don't remember it. So I'm going to sing it slow. Just make sure that you echo me, okay? Are you ready? I'm an exclamation point. I'm full of surprise. Every time you see me, widen your eyes. Good job. An exclamation point at the end of a sentence just says that whenever we read that sentence, we need to use some expression, some emotion like, wow, no way, like that, okay? All right, so we're moving on to our sight words. Are you ready? You better remember these. You've been practicing them forever, okay? All right, so our first sight word is the. Good job. Ready? Our second one is, let's look for it. Look for it. Look on the screen. When is it going to pop up? What is that? That's the word Ooh. Keep looking. When is it going to come up on the screen? Get ready. What is that? And. Good job. Last one. This one's tricky. Okay, I'll give you one hint. That sometimes the S in a word makes the Z sound. That's all I'm going to say. Are you ready? Keep looking. When is it going to go on the screen? When am I going to put it on there? Ready? Boom. What is that word? Is. Good job, guys. So those are our sight words that mommy and daddy can make cards and y'all can keep practicing. Remember, sight words are something that we don't want to sound out. We just want to say it really fast because it will help us whenever we're reading sentences because they use these words a lot in sentences. All right, guys. So now we're going to move on to our chart. So I need you to take out your seat work folder and turn to the very first page because that is where we're going to start. We're going to start with our short vowel chart, okay? So get it ready, and Miss Nikki's going to go up on the wall, and she's going to review this with you, okay? Make sure you say it with me, okay? So that mommy and daddy can hear you practicing so they know how to practice with you, okay? All right, so get your folder ready. All right, so there's a little bit of a glare, so you can't really see the pictures, but I think that you can see the letters, okay? So the very first letter on your chart should be the letter I, and that's what I have right here. Remember, we have how many vowels? 5. Good job. Will there be any other vowels ever? No. These 5 will always stay vowels, and they're super special because they can make 2 sounds. They can make the short sound, or they can make a long sound. So right now we're going to practice our short sound. Are you ready? All right. I says I, U says E says A says I, O says ah. Now I know my vowels. I, U, E, A, O. Were you able to say it without messing up? Miss Nikki almost did. It was hard. All right. So now we're moving on from our short vowel chart to our long vowel chart. But you do not have this one inside of your C Work folder because Miss Nikki couldn't find a little chart to copy. So you can just say these with me, okay? We're going to start off with the first one. And remember, these are going to be the long sound, so they're just going to say their name. Are you ready? Okay. A says A as in acorn. A says A. E says E as in eagle. E says E. I don't hear you very well. I want you to get louder. Are you ready? I says I as in ice cube. I says I. O says O as in overalls. O says O. U says U as in ukulele. U says you. Good job, guys. And remember, your cards at home are going to have some different pictures. I think the I has an ice cream and the U has a uniform. So just remember that it'll be a little bit different, but that's okay. You just are learning new words and more words that have those sounds in them. All right, we're moving on to our consonant chart. So flip your page and look for the letter T at the top. That's the consonant chart that we're going to be using today, okay? So get it turned. I'm going to give you a second to turn it. And remember, I just want the letter and the sound. Okay, we're big kids now. We don't have to say the whole sentence, okay? All right, so we're going to start at the top and we're going to go down. You ready? T, T, L, L, B, B. Remember, we look at this first. This is Miss Nikki's B, B body, then her B, B belly. So that's the letter B. Next letter, N, N, M, M, H, S, C, and then let's look at this one. This one has a diaper first. So we know that this is the letter D, and D says D. Good job. And at the bottom, remember, we talked about this. You might not be able to see it this far away, but we know that this right here is the typing G. All right, but we write our G like this. It looks different, so we have to know what it looks like both ways. Okay, but G says G. Good job. All right, now that we've completed our charts, we've practiced, we're going to move on to some things, some other things. So first we're going to do some blends. All right, so I need y'all to just pay attention and sound it out with me, okay? So you're going to have to give me 1 second because I have the blends over here, but I'm going to have to move my phone over a little bit so that y'all can see it a little bit better, okay? Are you ready? So just wait for me and listen. Gonna move it over just a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna start at the very top, and It has the letter Y. These are the blends we're going to work on right now, okay? So can you see those? Okay. So I want you to sound them out with me. Are you ready? Y, a, yeah. All right, let's do it again. Y, a, yeah. What's the blend? Yeah. Good job. Remember, you have to sound them out with me so that you can practice and practice and practice, okay? The more you practice, the easier it'll get. We're going to go down to this one, okay? Let's sound it out. Y, a, ya. Again. Y, a, ya. What's the blend? Ya. Good job. All right. Y, ya. Y, ya. What's the blend? Ya. Last one. Y, yeah. Y, yeah. The blend is yeah. Good job. So make sure you're practicing your blends at home with your mom and dad, and if they're not sure how to sound it out, you have to show them, okay? All right, because they don't go to school and they don't learn this stuff anymore. They've forgotten it. So you have to remind them how to sound out blends. Well, now we're going to move down to right here. I have a word right here and I have a word right here. Okay, guys, and we are going to sound them out, and we're going to review our 1 and 2 vowel rules while we're doing this, okay? So I need you to pay attention, and I need you to make sure you say everything with me so that you can get some good practice in, okay? All right, let me see if I can move the stuff a little bit closer. I'm hoping that y'all can see it okay. Y'all should be able to see that, huh? I'm hoping. Okay. Okay. All right, so here's our first word right here. We're looking for vowels in this word, okay? We got to figure out if it's 1 vowel or a 2 vowel, okay? So let's look together. Is H a vowel? No. It's right here. It's a consonant, so that's not a vowel. Is I? Yes. So that's 1. Is T? No. So there's just 1 vowel. So let's say our 1 vowel rule. When there is 1 vowel in a word, it usually says it's short sound. Mark it with a smile. So we have to mark our I with a smile. It's going to say the short sound, which is I. Okay? So we're going to sound this out. First, we're going to do our blend. All right? The blend is he. Hit. One more time. Hit. Hit. What's the word? Hit. Ooh. Let's read the next word. All right, let's talk about our vowels. Is the letter B a vowel? No. I? Yes, so that's 1. T? Mm-mm. E? Yes. So now we have 2 vowels. So now we have to say our 2 vowel rule because it's going to be different. We're going to mark it different and the sounds are going to be different. Are you ready? When there is 2 vowels in a word, the first vowel says it's long sound and the second vowel is silent. So we slash it. Are you ready? So let's mark it. So the first vowel is going to have its long sound, which means it's just going to say its name. It's going to say I, super easy. And the second one we are going to slash, and it's going to be quiet. Okay, you ready? Let's sound it out. Let's sound out our blend right here. Bye. Bite. Bite. One more time. Bite. Bite. All right, so that word is bite. So the words we read today, hit and bite. Do y'all think that those things are pleasing to the Lord? Do y'all think those are being nice and loving your neighbor whenever you do those things? No. Remember our Bible verse from last week, it said, be ye kind one to another. Hitting and biting is not being kind. Remember, God created our hands and our feet to help. Our helping hands, not to hit, friends. He did not create our mouth to bite, friends, did he? No, he did not. He created our mouth to spread God's word and God's love to everybody. All right, so remember that these are two things that we call sin, and we do not want to do those because it breaks God's heart whenever we sin. And it makes our friends sad. All right, so remember that we need to be kind to one another all the time because that's what Jesus would do. All right, guys? And you are also kind to me and to your friends in our classroom, and I'm so thankful for that. Okay, so let's move on to this. Is so different. I think we might have done a paper one time on it, but it's kind of like a puzzle. All right, so we have some letters, and we've got some that are in blue that we already know, but we've got some over here that we've got to figure out which puzzle piece fits better to make a word, okay? So that's what we're going to do here, all right? And I'm going to have to, I need you to pay attention because Mom and Dad are going to have to do this with you later this week, and you're going to have to help them, okay? Because this can get kind of tricky. All right, so the first one, there's an S, then there's a blank because this is a missing piece. We don't know what it is. And then the letter N, okay? And then these two are the two vowels. We have to figure out which one fits in it the best and makes a word, okay? So let's start off with the letter U. We're going to put this sound right here, okay? So watch how Nikki does it. N, sun. Do you know what a sun is? I mean, it's the sun in the sky. So that's a word. Let's try this one just to see, all right? San. San. Can you tell me what a san is? No, so that doesn't make any sense. When we put the U in there and it says sun, that makes sense. So the U is the missing piece in that word. The word is sun. All right, so now we're going to move on to the next one. So I need you to sound it out with me. All right, so this is the letter F. We have a blank and the letter N. And these are the two vowels that we're going to choose from. We're going to do the first one, okay? So let's sound it out. Fun. Ooh, I know what fun means. Let's try the next one. Fawn. Do you know what fawn is? No, that's a nonsense word. That makes no sense. So we know that the puzzle piece that was missing was the letter U because it makes the word fun. All right? So the last one, we've got to sound out as well. We have our two vowels and we've got to figure out which piece goes in there. All right? Ox. Mox. Do you know what mox is? No. I don't even know that. That's a nonsense word. Makes no sense. Let's see if this one fits. Mix. You know what mix means? Like you can mix some stuff together and make some cookies, like mix all the ingredients. Ooh, maybe that's something Mom and Dad can do for you this week is make you some cookies. All right, so I think mix, the I is the missing piece that goes in this word. Mix. So this week you're going to do some of those, finding your missing piece to your puzzle. All right, so phonics is over, and I'm so glad that you joined me for today. All right, we'll start numbers in just a little while. Bye. Okay, friends, hi, it's numbers time. Okay, so today I need you to get your seat work folder out and open it up to our hundreds chart. That should be the very last chart that's in your seat work folder so that you can follow along while we are counting. Today, I think we're going to be counting to like maybe 70. Do y'all want to do that? It's going to take a long time. Counting makes you lose your breath, okay? So we've got to be ready for that. All right, so get ready for your counting. Open up your chart. We're going to start with the number 1, okay? Are you ready? All right. So the number 1 is all the way over here, and we're going to count going across. Y'all ready? Together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right, take a deep breath. Now I want you to count in your giant voice. Are you ready? 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Take a breath. Okay, now I want you to count in a teeny tiny little mouse voice. Are you ready? 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. Good job. So we're going to stop there. That's hard to count, silly. All right, so now we need to count our numbers along this side. When we count our fathers, we are counting by tens. And remember, our fathers, all of them have a 0 in the back. That's how we know that they're the fathers. All right, so to do something a little bit different, what I want you to do is I want you to pretend like you're bouncing a ball. Okay, but if you have a real ball, you can do that, but you got to ask mom and dad first if you can bounce the ball. All right, so every time we say a number, we're going to pretend like we're bouncing the ball, and at the very end, we're going to shoot it in the hoop. Are you ready? Let's count by tens. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Woo! Good job. All right, let's do it again. Let's clap. All right, are you ready? So we're going to start with 10. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Good job. And later, if you want to count by tens, you can do jumping jacks. You'll have to tell mom, you have to ask them how to do it, because if Miss Nikki does a jumping jack, the baby's not going to be happy. All right. Or you can do tons of different things to help you count by tens. Okay. So we're done with our chart, and we know that it is so important for us to learn our numbers because they're numbers in the Bible. And if we don't know our numbers, how are we going to know what page to turn to? How are we going to know what verse to look up, what chapter? And God says in the Bible that we need to learn, that we need to teach us to number our days. So we need to learn those things. It's very important to learn our numbers. And we have to learn all of these because when we get to kindergarten, we're going to learn even more things. All right. So we want to make sure that we practice the best that we can so we can learn those numbers super well. So when we're reading the Bible and we see numbers, we'll go, oh, I know that. I knew that number. Because even in the Bible, God uses numbers, because in Noah, how many animals got on the ark at a time? 2 by 2. That's right. So we have to learn the number 2 so that we could understand what Noah was about, and we know what the how many animals we're getting in at a time. Okay, so we got to make sure that we study our numbers. We're going to move on to some new stuff. This is like super kindergarten big kid stuff. Are y'all ready for it? Okay. So you might have seen these signs before, but I'm going to go ahead and teach them to you so that whenever you get to kindergarten, you can say, I know these. We've learned these in pre-K. Okay? So the first sign up here, This is called a plus sign. Can you say plus sign? Good. And when we see a plus sign, that means we're adding something. We're adding something to the pot, okay? All right. And then this sign right here is the equal sign. It goes to the very end of our combination to see how much we have in all, okay? So we have a plus sign and an equal sign, all right? And we use these when we do different types of combinations. We have addition combinations, we have subtraction combinations. And we're not going to worry about subtraction until we get to kindergarten. We're going to talk about addition. And an addition combination is just when we add stuff. We're going to be adding numbers together to see how much it equals, okay? So I drew a picture to help us because this is what we're going to practice this week. You'll practice with Mom and Dad this week, okay? So when I'm reading my addition problem, this is how I read it, okay? 1 plus 1 equals 2. Can you say that with me? 1 plus 1 equals 2. And you say, Miss Nikki, what does that mean? I don't understand. What is 1 plus 1 equals 2? Okay? So I drew some pictures to help us out, and you're actually pretty smart. Y'all do this all the time whenever we're practicing things and counting things. Y'all do this all the time without really knowing that you're doing it. All right? So Miss Nikki drew some hearts to help us. So let me say it a little bit different. 1 heart plus 1 heart equals 2 hearts. Okay? So I'm going to cover this up. And you look, 1 heart, we're going to add another heart, and when we put them together, it's going to equal 2 of them. Like if Miss Nikki gave you some M&Ms, 1 M&M plus 1 M&M equals 2 M&Ms. And I know y'all like to have 2. 2 is better than 1, huh? So this week I want you to practice your combination with different things around the house. Like 1 marshmallow plus 1 marshmallow equals 2 marshmallows. This one's for Landry and all my boys. 1 dinosaur plus 1 dinosaur equals 2 dinosaurs. And for my girls, 1 baby doll plus 1 baby doll equals 2 baby dolls. All right? So find things around the house where you can do your new addition combination. Remember, this is a plus sign and an equal sign, and we will be seeing a lot of this in the next few weeks to come, okay? All right, we're moving on to objects for counting. So let me move my phone over a little bit so that y'all can see it better. Okay. All right, so we're going to start with the top one. Okay, so we need to count our objects and circle the number that's correct, okay? And you can either count with your finger, but you have to go slow, or you can slash it out. Either way, the bigger the numbers get, the harder it is to keep track of what you've counted. So Miss Nikki does like to slash it out, but you have to go slow, and you've got to pay attention, okay? So we need to count our circles, and then we have to figure out which number is the correct number for the circles that we counted. All right, so let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Ooh, 15 is always a hard one for us, okay? So think about it, 15. We know that 15 is a part of the teen family friends. So it's going to have a 1 in the front. 15. Let's look. This has a 1 and a 5. Is that 15? Yes, that is the number 15. 15 has a 5 in the back. It's tricky because it doesn't really kind of give you a hint. 15 has a 1 and a 5. That is the number that we counted. Now we're going to move on to Miss Nikki's fireworks, okay? Let's count our fireworks together. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, so now we're looking for the number 16. We have 3 numbers on the side. Listen to the number 16. 16. We know that it's a teen number, so it's going to have a 1 in the front. And then I hear another number in there, 16. Did y'all hear that too? You hear the 6? That means we're looking for the number that has a 1 in the front and a 6 in the back. Are you ready? Is that 16? That's a 1 and a 5. No, that's a 15. Look at this one. Is this a 16? It's a 1 and a 6. Is that it? Yes, that is the correct number, is the 16. And let's just talk about the one on the bottom just to make sure. This one has a 1 and a 7. What number would that be? You're right, 17. So that's not the number that we counted. So that's the correct number, is 16. Good job, guys. Okay, 2 more things we need to work on. This is something that you're going to be working on with your mom and dad. I'm not sure if we've done this in class yet. We've done like what number comes after, what number comes next. But now we're going to start doing what number comes before, that means in front of, and what number comes right after it. Okay, this can get very tricky, so please use your hundreds chart, okay? So we have a 3, and we got to figure out what number comes before the 3, right in front of it, what number comes after the 3, right behind it. So if we go to our chart, and we have our 3 right here, the number that goes in front of the 3 is a 2. So we're going to put a 2 here because 2 is right in front of the 3. Now we're going to look for what comes right after the 3 on our chart. Here's our 3. What comes right after? The number 4. All right? So to double check our work, we're going to count these blanks and see if it makes sense, okay? Let's count. 2, 3, 4. Yes, because when we count, that's what we count. We count 2, 3, then 4. All right, we're going to move on to the next number. This is the number 7. We have to figure out what comes before, what comes after. So we're going to use our chart to help us. If you don't need your chart, that's okay, okay? Miss Nikki's just using our chart so that you know how to use it if you're not sure what number comes before or after. All right, and it's really good to double check your work, okay? So let's see what comes before 7. So here's the number 7. Right in front of the 7, right before it, is the number 6. So we're going to put a 6 in this blank. All right, now we're trying to figure out what comes right after 7. So here's the number 7. And right after, right behind it, is the number 8. So we're going to put an 8 in this blank. All right? So let's count and double check our work. 6, 7, 8. When we count, is that how we count? Yes. 6, 7, 8. Good job, guys. This one's a little tricky, so that's why make sure you use your chart to help you get through that and to double check your work. Okay, and then to end our numbers today, we need to practice the number 18. And 18 is going to be tricky because you know that the number 8 is a snowman, so it's got lots of swirlies and swigglies and stuff, okay? So I need you to make sure you take your time with 18, okay? So when we build an 18, we always build a 1 first. All right, so when we're writing our 18, we're going to start off with our number 1. We always do. So you're going to start the red dot and you're going to go all the way down. There is your number 1, okay? Now we need to do our 8. All right, so whenever we make our 8, it's going to be some swirlies. We haven't done 8 in a while. Okay, so you're going to start at your red dot and you're going to curl it, then swirl it down. But you got to keep going round, and then switch it and go back to the red dot. Okay, that's your 8. Let's do it again. You ready? Our 1, and now let's do our 8. You're going to start your red dot. You're going to curl it. Then you got to switch to the other side. But you got to keep going round, and switch it back and meet it back at the top where the red dot is. So that's your 18. So you'll be practicing 18 this week, okay? So keep up the good work, working hard, learning all that you can so you can grow in wisdom and in your academics, and you're using the brain that God gave you because you are super smart, and we need to fill it with tons of smart things, okay? All right, I love you, and I will see you later. Bye.